legacy of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so we can learn how the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wanted his ummah to be. And that is the main thing that we are targeting from this session every Tuesday, inshallah. So we are talking about the legacy of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and actually we are talking today about, you know, wasiyya from Rasulullah. It's an advice from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it is wasiyya. I think it is one of the similar words between Arabic and Urdu too. So wasiyya or wasiyyat. Wasiyya, ha or ta? Ta, wasiyyat, like amanat. Okay, so mashallah, you see, you do not teach me, brother. So you do not know. So we should, yeah. Other way around. Yes. So it's you know, alhamdulillah, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it easy for us so we can communicate. And that is, Allah mentioned in the Quran, وَاخْتِلَافُ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ. And you are different in tongues and in colors. That is one of the ways of His mercy subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we can find a common ground, so we can talk and we can communicate. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala favored us by giving us the chance to talk about the wasiyya of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we talked some of the days, Tuesdays, talking about his wasiyya. We have lots of their hadith under this title, the wasaya. That's the plural word of wasiyya, wasaya of Rasulullah. A man came to, or a certain person came to in a certain time after a particular incident, and he is asking Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya Rasulullah, what's your advice here? What's your wasiyya? What can you say to me? What can you teach me, O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? So this is what we call it, wasaya of Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The hadith that we are, you know, talking about today, the hadith that we are highlighting tonight is one of these ahadith. Is talking about the wasiyya of Rasulullah. A man came to the Prophet Mohamed sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this hadith narrated by Sayyiduna Abu Dharr radiyallahu anh. And Abu Dharr radiyallahu anh, he is Abu Dharr al-Ghifari, one of the great companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was senior at the time of Rasulullah. Even after his life, his death, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he spent, you know, long time, and he was of the seniors in the Muslim community at that time. He was very respectful and very knowledgeable person. Abu Dharr al-Ghifari narrated this hadith. Even Abu Dharr did not mention the name of the man who came to ask the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this hadith, you will find it in Musnad al-Imam Ahmed. It is mentioned in Musnad al-Imam Ahmed, the collective ahadith related to al-Imam Ahmed. And also it is mentioned in Sunan ibn Majah. And it is Hasan hadith. You know, the hadith has different classifications, different grades. So you might find Sahih hadith. Sahih means sound, you know, sound hadith. And you find muttafaqun alayh, agreed upon. That's another level. And it could be the most authentic level, which is the agreed upon. What's agreed upon means collective of and group of the most authentic narrators narrated the same hadith. So that's, or, you know, different scholars of hadith agreed upon. And also when it comes to the technical definition, that means it is mentioned in both Bukhari and Muslim. Both of them mention the same hadith. Both of them agreed upon the authenticity of this hadith. But this hadith, it is Hasan. Hasan means what? Good hadith, good grade. It's not Sahih, it's not agreed upon. It could be in the third level of the authenticity of the hadith. So I'm just telling you about like a background about the hadith that we are talking about. So what the hadith actually is saying, A man came to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said, Ya Rasulallah, awsini, give me advice. And you know, awsini in the tradition, so if I came to one of the brothers, you know, sometimes people nowadays feel arrogance of asking wasiyah from each other. When was the last time that you met a person who told you, give me advice? When was? You remember? In normal life. When was the last time that you met a person and he told you, give me advice? Nobody wants advice. But everyone wanted to be a teacher. You know? Everyone wanted to show himself that he is the knowledgeable person. But out of respect, out of humbleness, they used to ask each other. I could come to Dr. Yusuf. So what do you think about this? If I told you, awsini, oh, Dr. Yusuf, give me wasiyah. Okay? So give me wasiyah, teach me something. I could get benefit from it in my life and in the hereafter. So the Sahabi came to whom? Came to the best of the teachers, the best of the creation, sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And he said, Ya Rasulallah, awsini, give me wasiyah, give me something so I could get benefit from it. But the man said, and it seems like he did not have lots of patience, you know? So he said, awjiz, give me the wasiyah, but don't give me long ones. Short wasiyah. So that's the expression that we are using about all the talks of Rasulullah. And one time I mentioned this to Dr. Yusuf, and he took it as evidence against me, you know? So I stopped telling him the knowledge that he could use it against me. So I told him every khutbah for Rasulullah was short. So he said, if that is the case, why you give us 30 minutes khutbah, you know? So he used it against me. I stopped, alhamdulillah, but he could take this hadith against me too. So wasiyah of Rasulullah was concise, but precise. You know, that's the wasiyah of Rasulullah. Concise, but precise. It was very short, but at the same time, accurate. It is to the point. It is to the goal. That's Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he said 3 statements. That is the wasiyah that we need to know. If I were to tell you now, you know what? What's the name of your father, brother? What's the name of your father? Muhammad. Muhammad rationally? Rationally. Rationally. Okay, when did he pass away? 86? May Allah shower him with his mercy. And we don't know. That's why Allah made it happen that his name would be mentioned here so we can send a gift to him. Imagine if someone told you right now, come on, there is a wasiyah we discovered that your dad left for you. So would you sleep before reading it?
No.
Would you sleep before knowing what happened in the wasiyah? What's the message that my dad wanted to tell me? And that is his wasiyah. And if you discover that your dad told you, you know what? I wanted you to give every day $5 on my behalf as sadaqah. Will you do it? Yes. So that is the thing. That if you got a wasiyah and you have heard that a beloved person left a wasiyah for you, so you would love to do it, you will have the commitment to do that. So that is the wasiyah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He left for the Sahabi, for the companion, and for everyone in the ummah till the day of judgment. So I can imagine, inshallah, after what we don't know, after 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, an imam, another imam will be here, you know, sitting instead of me, and he has different audience. They will listen to him, and he might say the same hadith as wasiyah. Just think about it. And maybe I'm not the first person who says this hadith in the same spot here. That's how we convey the message of Rasulullah sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So he said sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, إِذَا قُمْتَ فِي صَلَاتِكَ فَصَلِّ صَلَاةَ مُوَدِّعٍ. That's the first wasiyah. That's the first will. That's the first advice. When you stand in your prayer, pray as if it is your last prayer. And we may mention that before, and sometimes when we say this, people take it as a bad omen. We have people, and unfortunately, Muslims, and they believe in luck and good omen and bad omen. Imam, do not talk about death. It may happen to somebody. No, we are not that ummah. We are Muslims believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we believe in what? In luck or omen or the destiny? Yes. We believe in the destiny of Allah. Everything comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said this wasiyya, إِذَا قُمْتَ فِي صَلَاتِكَ. When you pray, lots of people, they send me messages about, Imam, how could I get the contemplation in my salah? How could I focus, I concentrate in my salah? One of the practical steps that if you wanted to focus in your salah, every time before you pray, have the intention that you are praying and it is the last prayer. So now we are going, inshallah, if Allah wills, we are going to pray Salatul Isha. Imagine if there will be no Fajr tomorrow. Imagine that this is the last Salah. There is no Salah after this Salah. Means you are going to die. You are going to meet your Lord. You are going to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala right after you finish your Salah. So how could that Salah will be? Just think about it. So the first wasiyah, إِذَا قُمْتَ إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ, when you stand to pray, pray as if it is your last prayer. That is the wasiyah of Rasulullah. Means what? Means that there is no tomorrow. And just let me tell you something. When we sleep, what is the default? The default is the default that you are living or you are dying? You are dead. That's the default. Allahu yatawaffa al-anfusa hina mawtiha wallati lam tamut fi manamiha fayumsiku allati qada alayha al-maut wa yursilu al-ukhra ila ajalin musamma. Allah mentioned in Surah Az-Zumar that He is the one who keeps the souls with Him subhanahu wa ta'ala during the time of sleep, and He sends whatever He wants and He keeps whatever He wants subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the default that we are dead when we sleep, but subhanallah, we are doing the opposite. We sleep by the intention that the default that we are living, the default that we will come back, but the opposite, which is right, the default that we are dead. That's why, what's the dua when you wake up? When you wake up, that's the prophetic statement. When you wake up, you should say this dua: Alhamdulillah alladhi ahyana ba'dama amatana wa ilayhi an-nushur. Praise be to Allah, the one who resurrected us after we were dead, and surely we will go back to Him. So that means the default that we are dead when we sleep. So when you pray your last salah, whatever the salah is, when you pray dhuhr, pray as if there is no asr will be. When you pray asr, pray as if there is no maghrib will be. No chance, no another chance to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the first wasiyah. I need you to memorize, inshallah. When you pray, pray as if it is your last prayer. That's what we call the farewell prayer, the last prayer. And what's number two? Wasiyah number two, لا تكلم بكلام تعتذر minhu ghadan. And do not say words that you have to apologize for tomorrow. That's the wasiyah of Rasulullah. He is telling that man, do not talk the talk that you need to apologize for tomorrow. Could you imagine what meant by tomorrow? The day of judgment. The day of judgment. That you feel regret on the day of judgment when you see that. Sometimes when we have argument, mostly you argue with whom? With your closest persons. You are not arguing with somebody you just met. Mostly we argue with whom? With those people that we are, living with, that we are talking mostly with, those people we are communicating with the most. So maybe you argue with your friend, your neighbor, your spouse, your children, your close friends, your siblings. So Rasulullah ﷺ said, when you talk with them, sometimes when we get furious, when we got angry, sometimes we talk in a way or such a way that we feel regret afterwards, that we feel, we shouldn't say that. And yes, of course, we are human, but that's what Rasulullah ﷺ said in the wasiyah, control yourself, control your tongue, because you might find yourself feel, apologize or regret. You need to apologize for what you said. So that means control yourself. And if you linked the first wasiyah with the second wasiyah, it talks about time. You may not have a time to apologize. That's the case. You may not have a time to pray again. You may not have a time to come for reconciliation, to compromise. You may not have a time to call your spouse, to your friend. You say, you know what? I feel regret. Really, I shouldn't say that. Really, I said something wrong. I cursed. I insulted. I backbited. I shouldn't say that. That's why I'm sorry. So he said, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you may not have time for tomorrow to apologize. That's the case. You know what? This is very precious advice. Imagine if we have roughly 1.8 billion Muslims nowadays. Imagine if all Muslims nowadays applied this wasiyah, how many relationships we could save. How many conflicts, how many arguments, how many problems that we can avoid when it comes to the relationships, marriage relationships, friendships, relatives, neighborhood, lots of people, lots of problems. If we just applied this one line, if we took it in consideration, how many relationships we could save? Lots of relationships. Lots of people, when they got angry, they think, you know what? I must give him the worst words. He must see my worst condition. And then later on, afterwards, I can apologize. I can reconcile. I can compromise. Rasulullah is telling you, maybe you will not have a time for reconciliation. Maybe you call your dad, you call your wife, you call your best friend, and you tell him bad words. And it might be the last one. How many people you have heard, they were fighting verbally, and you know what? He had heart attack and he passed away. He slept and he was angry and he didn't wake up. He got a stroke. He got heart attack. He didn't wake up. That's the case. So you don't know. So remember this very well. Do not speak, do not say anything that you might apologize for tomorrow. What's number 3? And listen to this carefully. وَأَجْمِعِ الْيَأْسَ عَمَّا فِي أَيْدِي النَّاسِ. And honestly, you might have brothers who speak Arabic, they would not understand the direct message from this word or from this statement. They speak Arabic. Arabic is their mother tongue, and I'm going to repeat, and we might quiz Haj Wajdi, so we see if he got the full meaning of this one, because it's a classic Arabic, you know, and the words that Rasulullah ﷺ used, it's very fluent, it's very, you know, precise, you know, it's very, you know, comprehensive word. He said, وَأَجْمِعِ الْيَأْسَ عَمَّا فِي أَيْدِي النَّاسِ. So what do you think?
I guess like don't worry about what the people have, what the people want.
That you came closer to the meaning. I say 95% of the meaning, mashallah. See, he passed the test. Allahu Akbar. So he said, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you know, yes, you know, yes. Despair. And lose hope in what people are possessing. Lose hope in what people are having or owning. Means what? Just trust what's in the hands of Allah. Despair of what people have. Mostly when we say yes or kunut, despair, it is a negative attribution, like someone is despairing from the mercy of Allah, losing hope in the mercy of Allah. We use it mostly in a negative issues, you know. But in this particular wasiyah, it is something positive. It is something good. Lose hope in what people are possessing, in what people are owning, in what the people are having. Means do not look in what people have. Do not look in what they are owning. Do not get tracked. Do not get deceived in what people have. Connect yourself only with Allah. Don't think because of somebody, he has certain authority or certain position that he could benefit you without the destiny of Allah or without the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I gave you before, I just remembered that situation, and that it is truly happened. And I mentioned this, you know, many years ago. I remember a person, he wanted to find a job to his son. So he went to, in my country, he went to one of the people of the Congress, you know, congressman. So he said, you know what, I want you to intercede for him so he could get the job. You know how it is going. So he said, okay, take my card. And he wrote some of the, you know, comments or, you know, good words on the back of the card. So please take care of this and let him get the job. And then he signed and he put the stamp of the Congress office. So the man took the card and he put it in his pocket and he felt relaxed. A person met him and he said, did you find a way out? He said, yes, the card in my pocket, don't worry. You know, it's now he feel okay, he feel good. And he said, okay, make a dua for Allah. So said, why I need to make a dua for Allah? I have the card. You know? He said, but just make a dua. Like somebody says, you know what? And that's a very dangerous. If you told him, brother, are you coming? He said, yes, definitely, I will come. If you told him, say inshallah, why I should say inshallah? I have the card and I'm sure that I'm coming. Like, you know, Juha, you know Juha? Juha is is a person that we used to use his name in giving examples. So a man, Juha, was having his donkey to sell him in the market, in the marketplace. So he met a man and he said, "Are you going to sell the donkey?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Say inshallah that you are going to sell." So he said, "Why?" Sorry, he wanted to buy a donkey, not to sell. He wanted to buy a donkey. So he said, "Why I need to say inshallah? I have the money and the donkeys are here. So I don't need to say inshallah." So after a short time, a man came and he stole the money from him. So the man met him again. And he said, "Did you get your donkey?" He said, "The money was taken, inshallah." You know, the money was stolen, inshallah. Now he remembered, inshallah. You know, now he acknowledged it, inshallah. And sometimes our parents, unfortunately, they say inshallah to their kids if they do not want to do the thing. You know, so they have now this aqidah. Your child now have this aqidah. If my dad said inshallah, that means he will never do it. So we need to fix these things. So the man, we were talking about the man who had the card. So when he went home, his child was so worried. "Dad, did you talk with the man?" He said, "Don't worry, I got the card, you see?" And they were happy. They didn't even thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for facilitating and make it easy. So subhanallah, when he woke up after he slept, he started to search for the card, and his wife said, "You know what? I took your shirt and put it in the laundry, the washing machine." And she washed the card, and it is half hour only for the interview. At that moment, at that conjunction, he turned his face to his child and he said, "Say Ya Rab." Raise your hands and say, "Oh Allah, I need your help." Unfortunately, we do not think of Allah, but in just in the cases when Allah is the last resort. That's the case. We start thinking about everything. I wanted to do a project. First of all, think of, expertise, my skills, my plan, my so-and-so, my money. And then if he remembered, he could say, "Ya Allah." And how could we pray, and every salah we say, "Iyyaka na'budu." What's the last part? "Wa iyyaka nasta'in." Fulfill isti'ana first. Fulfill isti'ana. Rely on Allah, trust Him subhanahu wa ta'ala first, then He will make everything easy for you. Allah said, فَإِذَا رَكِبُوا فِي الْفُلْكِ. Allah mentioned this in the Quran. And when they went with the boat, sailing, and they have a big boat, and the wind started to play, the wind started to move very quickly, and the waves were so high, and they were very panicked, terrifying, and they said to Allah, "Oh Allah, if you saved us from here, we promise you that we will be grateful and thankful to you." And when Allah saved them, they forgot. That's the case. They went back as normal, disobeying, and disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the case. So lose hope in what people are having and connect yourself only with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I wish that we got the wasiyah of Rasulullah. We have bunch of the ahadith under this title, the wasiyah, the advices of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Imagine if we just applied one of them, wallahi, we will be different. And these ahadith, these wasiyah are applicable for everyone. So you can apply it in your normal life. So what's the first wasi? Huh? When you pray, prayat is your last prayer. Number 2, when you, yes, when you say the things that you do not need to apologize for tomorrow. Okay, what's number 3? Yes, lose hope. So that's his wasiyah. Despair in what people have. Lose hope in what people are possessing, are having. Means do not think about what people are having, whether it was wealth, authority, name, fame. You know, like a person, you know, came and he started to count in front of Rasulullah. You know what? You don't know my family. I am the son of so-and-so. My uncle so-and-so. My grandfather was so-and-so. What? You know, he counted for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam 10 names from his family that he is relying on, depending on. You know what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said? It may shock you. He said, "Kulluhum finnar." All of them will be in the hellfire. Wa anta ma'ahum, and you will be with them. Can you imagine why he said that, sallallahu alaihi wasallam? He did not depend on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And actually, they weren't Muslims. They were disbelievers. And he said, Kulluhum finnar. They are going to be in the hellfire and you will be with them. Do not feel pride. You know, sometimes we feel if we have a meeting, gathering, and somebody's talking about, you know, that's my family, that's my name. That you could say that to remember the ni'mah of Allah upon you. Yes, alhamdulillah, my father was so and so, and he used to serve people, and you know, you could say that in that sense. But in the sense of the pride or arrogance, no, that's not acceptable. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of us. Allahumma ameen. I think we got a good journey with the wasiyah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, knowing more about him. That is how he wanted us sallallahu alayhi wasallam to be. If you love Rasulullah, fulfill his wasiyah. Barakallahu feekum. Jazakumullah khairan. Just wanted to thank everyone attending with us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I thank first those who are in the masjid and thank all those who are online. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless everyone. And we make dua for our brother Izzuddin, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him shifa ya Rabbil Alameen. He is attending with us and we are praying for you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him shifa ya Rabbil Alameen. He had a little surgery and alhamdulillah he's good now, and it was something like tiny and it's not something big. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him shifa ya Rabbil Alameen. Inshallah, we are looking to see him very quickly. Okay, brother? Inshallah. Barakallahu feekum. Brother Muhammad Nasruddin, sister Azima, Bibi Jamir, Imtiaz Khan from Orlando. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the entire family. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Sister Brenda from the Dunedin area. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless her. Sister Khadija Adam from Brandon, Tampa. May Allah bless all of them. Allahumma ameen. Bibi Ahsan. Not you, okay. Bibi Aisha, sorry, Bibi Aisha, I didn't see very well. Shalizuddin Mizan, brother Mizan, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him. Brother Jihad, may Allah bless him also. Deen Ibrahim, Fifi sister, and Ruby Alam, our sister, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless her and bless the entire family, Ya Rabbil Alameen, and bless Raita, her wonderful and her lovely daughter, and brother Faisal Alam, and all the entire family. Barakallahu feekum. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.